Hello and welcome back to another new month, a month of Leo, known to be called Av, the month of Av in Hebrew. And we are starting a new series of 72 names corresponding with this month. So first of all, happy new moon. And the new moon started last Thursday. And this week, collecting the information of last week and in this week energy, we're going to connect with the two combinations of the 72 name, which is Nun Tav Hey and Hey Aleph Aleph. Nun Tav Hey, known to be related to the power of not the power of our word like the combination of Mem Lamed Hey, but it's really connect to the way we express in ourselves. Are we shutting down when we getting hurt? You know, sometimes when someone is offending us or hurting us in one way, or if we feel that, automatically there is a screen that is rising up and like we shutting down or out from the world, from the external world. So this is a one reaction when it's come to Nun Tav Hey that we may behave like that. Or is like if we really utilize the power within to express not just our feeling, but also to express who we are, our essence, through words. And Hey Aleph Aleph, known to be as like order out of chaos. So let's see how both of them relate to this week energy and how we can tap into those energy and get the support with those two combinations. Well, let's just talk a little bit about this month of Av and how it's all connected, because there are different, or at least two main events taking place in this month that are very, very important in windows of time. And we get to the whole understanding or the support by the 72 names. This month of Av, Leo, is ruled by the sun. The sun in its tremendous power, right? Tremendous power. We all need the sun. Life in this world need the sun to not just to that we are warm, it's also vegetation need the power of the sun. But as we get closer to the sun, if we will even dare to get closer to the sun, it's burning. And what does it really mean when it comes to who we are? Because also the sun or Leos, as the animal Leo, the leader of the kingdom, both represent the power of leadership that we have within us. And I just wanted to remind ourselves, I may have shared that in last month of Cancer, but literally month of Leo is less than 2 months before the end of this year, Rosh Hashanah. So we have the month of Leo, and which is Av, and we have the month of Virgo, which is Elul. 2 months that count down before the end of this year. And the reason I'm mentioning that because it's really correspond with the tools and the advice and the support that we get from the Creator. I want to remind all of us that in the beginning of this year, Rosh Hashanah time, high holidays, right? We have prepared for ourselves so much for this year. We may have even wrote the various desires, dreams that we ask for to accomplish or to achieve this year, from abundance to great health, to great relationship, to have great friendship, for us to even find more about who we are, about our leadership, like that it will present itself in many ways and in a limitless way, right? So this is what we wrote to ourselves, whether we literally wrote it, where we typed it, or we have it in our head. The moment we express our desires, we share it with the world, we share it with the Creator, we ask from the Creator for the support, automatically the Creator is giving us this light, the blessings. It's like you asked, what's the essence of the Creator? Is to fulfill our desires. So every time we ask for something, we share the desire, automatically in the spiritual realm, it's being fulfilled. So what's left for us to do is literally taking action of manifestations, taking action of removing the klipot, or removing those blockages, whether they are fears or judgment, or whatever we experience inside that blocking us from moving forward, to remove like different belief systems we have, to manifest. So we are here in the last 2 months of this year, which basically we're receiving a tremendous amount of support by the Creator. It started actually from last month. It's the support to manifest what you still have on the list that you haven't done so. And we still have this light that the Creator gave us already from the beginning of the year. It's like as if we received a loan from the bank to manifest a business idea, and we haven't used the money. It still sits in the bank. We may have used a little bit of it for some steps that we took, but we really didn't use it in order to manifest the business. So this is what's happening right now. So we get the support from it, from the Creator. And when we speak about the 2 events that are taking place in this month, the first event is the 9th day of Leo, 9th day of Av, Tisha B'Av, is a very powerful day. And then following that, we have 15th day of Av, which is Tu B'Av, which is known to be like the Kabbalistic love day or Valentine Day to some regards. But I wanted to relate for this session, to relate the 2 Nun Tav Hey and Hey Aleph Aleph, how it's connected with Tisha B'Av, because Tisha B'Av is coming up by the end of this week, which is going to be Saturday night, Sunday. So all this week is really to support us, to prepare ourselves for this event. So just recap a little bit about this month of Leo, and I'm sure you have all participated in the new moon streaming that we had, an in-person celebration. So the month of Leo, known to be again as the month of Av, is the 5th month in the calendar year, or the Kabbalistic calendar, and it's known, as I said, to be controlled by the sun. Av comes from the word Abba in Hebrew, which is father. The energy of the father represents the energy of power, of sharing and continuity. The sun, that is really connecting us to the source of energy, to the whole universe. And this is why we may feel even more intense. We will feel more intense pressure in this month. Pressure, again, that can be positive, or pressure that can be obviously negative. Depend what the consciousness we have and how we approach in this. Leo signs, whoever was born in Leo signs, known to be very generous people and very amazing, big, huge heart, that they always desire and need appreciation and like good words to really support them about their sharing. So it's really very important this month to just compliment the Leos. This month has the power and the potential of a tremendous amount of light that can be revealed again in the 9th day of Av, which is a very powerful day. The 9th day of Av. The 9th day of Av is a day that historically a lot of destruction took place. The destruction of the 2 temples were destructed that day. Also the head of the tribes that went to check on the land of Israel by Moses, the 12 tribes, 10 head of the tribes came with a bad report on the land of Israel, which because of that, they planted the seed to destruction and hatred. But in the same time, we know that the 9th day of Av is the day that is the birth of the energy of Messiah. It's the birth of the energy of the consciousness of peace and unity and harmony in this world. And we know that from the darkest side, flying from the most amount of darkness that can be revealed, the tremendous amount of light also revealed. And what is really been given to us is the ability to understand that no matter what the challenges and no matter what the intensity that we are facing any time in our life, it's just to indicate that there's tremendous amount of light that is really ready to come out and to be revealed to ourselves. When we relate to the sequence of the Nun Taf Hey, and when we speak about really the word, okay, it is says that words have the power to build or destroy. And the destruction of the temple took place because of the words that those 10 leaders of the tribes of Israel came with a bad rapport, like they used their word in destruction. Our words and our power to speak are tremendous gifts, even that they're given to us by the Creator, to all of us, right? And this is what separates us from any type of creation on earth, because we are able to express, again, as I mentioned, our feelings and our leadership and our abilities. The mouth is connected to our physical world, where things become manifested. And not by coincidence that the power of the month of Leo is correspond with the last book of the 5 books of Moses, which is known to be the book of Dvarim. And Dvarim is the energy of Malchut, of manifestation, and it's the power of the mouth, because we're manifesting things right now. And reminding you that we may have like intensity in our life. It's really hot in many areas in the world, right? Different type of excuses why not to do, why not to manifest. It's time off from school, it's vacation time in many parts of the world as well. So we may be in vacation mode, but in the same time, we cannot forget that is through the power of our words that we are actually can create and bring thoughts into fruition. We first may only think of an idea, but only when we begin speaking of it, it starts to gain life and start the process of manifestation in our life. The power of the speech cannot be overestimated, and we can unknowingly block ourselves by the words we use. So if words that have the power to build or destroy, why would we ever choose to use different, like negative words, right? Why we choose that? You know, when we speak words of negativity, is only because there's a negativity within. Unfortunately, fears and jealousy may lead us to speak in ways that break down ourselves and others. We can prevent someone from a positive action with words that discourage, degrade, or cause fear. So we need really to pay attention to this week. We want to choose to create positive angels that can help us and others in our process of growth, and especially in a process of manifestation of everything we desire from the beginning of this year. So let's remember that. We need to really pay attention that we use also our words with lots of love. And this is the beauty of this week, that we are given like a double dose information, like energy. From the Nun Taf Hey and Hey Aleph Aleph, we getting the injection of truth also, truth about ourselves. It's in this week we want to make sure we have the affirm yourself with universal truth. And affirmations are very important and effective tools in helping to improve our lives. Like, so for this week, you can use in repetition to yourself, and if you have for your children or your friends, just repeat it, like that, to make sure that the light lives within me. I mentioned earlier, like the destruction of the temple. I know it's talking, like when we hear that, we refer to it as the physical event that took place. But if you remember, when we talk about temple, it's also that our temple, our vessel, how we can rebuild it and expand it, or we destroy it. So we need to remember that the light is dwell within us when we allow the light to dwell there. So as an affirmation says that you may use these affirmations. The light lives within me. I am the light. Loves live within me. I am loved. Reaffirm this every morning and every night, especially throughout this week, to allow to banish your fears and darkness, and allow to connect to your own power and potential. We want to feel the love of the Creator this week more than any other time, like the sun that is really warming us with the heat of the sun. And we want to feel the love. We want to feel the love that exists within each one of us. And only then, only when we have that tremendous feeling, then we can speak to anyone from this space. We can speak with others to build them, and to remind them that they are loved, and to remind them of their power, and remind their achievement, and celebrate that. So when we speak from the heart to other people with the power of Nun Taf Hey, and not shutting down, not having the screen lift up and shut down. Speak from your heart. Speak from your heart to build people up, and speak from your heart to really share your truth. It's very, very, very powerful tool. When we connect with the energy of Hey Aleph Aleph, of eliminating chaos from our life, the Rav used to say that everywhere we go, there's chaos. Everywhere we go, there's chaos. We cannot escape really the consciousness of dominion of chaos from in our human world. Yet the Rav said that here we are trying to retool our consciousness to undo millennia of thinking to change. This change requires a constant support system. And it's not enough to just merely think about the physical reality or the chaos to be an illusionary one, but we need a support system. And that's why we come here to the center, to the classes, understanding the consciousness behind every event. And we do have the power within this coming Shabbat, and with this coming 9th of Av, to get the support to eliminate chaos from our life. And with the power of Hey Aleph Aleph is really to understand even further that chaos exists because we are holding on to different opinions that separate ourselves from one another. We're holding on to some sort of an ideal thinking of how life should be, and how should I be, and how this person should behave, and so forth, that we are not willing to let go of that ego, to let go of those thoughts that keep holding on, that we holding on in our being, that create this separation. And the Rav said that a person making a sacrifice, letting go, is really making a sacrifice, is really given an opportunity and the ability to transcend time, space, and motion, and to repair the chaos that he or she created in the universe. And sacrifice, or letting go, or power of restriction, however we call it, radiate an energy that it's beyond our perception, and they have the power to instantly repair negative actions committed years before, long distance away. So we have a really tremendous time in this week, and also we celebrating on the 5th day of Leo, the elevation day of the Ari, a great Kabbalist. And we also know that the 9th of Av is the day where Karen Berg elevated from this world. So we also celebrating that. It's interesting how the 72 name help us and supporting us with the right consciousness, because we want to connect to the greatness of our soul, that this month of Leo, the leader energy that is being awakened in each one of us. And as a leader, we don't want just to speak, we want to manifest. So we start in this week, starting a new month with a kickstart, if I can call it like this, to help us to transform, help us to make and manifest greater things that we may have dreamt about, we desired, we didn't do much towards. Maybe we created some steps coming towards that. But this month is so powerful to make it happen, because we have the light of the Creator supporting us, really. The other side of it is that we fall to the anger, to the judgment, to ego, to hatred. This is the other side of it. And all of this is coming up from the one source, that is lack. When we feel lack, that klipa, that cover, that shell is like really attached to us, or even penetrating us, and it's like, and whenever we feel lack, we feel weak, and whenever there is a weak, there is a self-destruction, there is emotional imbalance, then we reactive. Aleph Aleph, remove that. It's to remove this connection to lack, and connection more to the essence, as each one of us can see ourselves as the enormous sun that is like shining on this world. Each one of us is like the sun. So remember the affirmation that the light is with me, I am the light. Love is dwelled within me, I am loved. Repeat that on a daily basis. Use the power of the Nun Tav Hei and E Aleph Aleph in this week. Meditate on it every week. Have it in front of you every week to remind you of your greatness, to remind you of your limitless potential, to remind you that you are the sun and there is no lack. There's nothing missing. And moving towards that, you'll be able to manifest so much this month. So with this message, I wish you and myself the power of manifestation, that we'll be able to see greater things coming up our way. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll meet you next week.